How are you this week? Hope you're doing well. Here's a beer with Bazza. Saturday night before the big game against the Spurs. So got a bit of PMT. Bit of the old pre-match tension going on there. That's the game you want to win, isn't it? Against your neighbour. Have a bit of bragging nights against your mates. And it's always great to beat them, isn't it? It's always good. But you know, they've had a good result on Thursday night. So they may have a bit of confidence in their side. You could play to our advantage. They could be a bit tired, but you never know. Cheers. I just like to see us go for it. I don't want us to respect the opposition like they did against United and Liverpool. We stood off them. We were cautious, and I don't think that pays well. You know, we played poor and had bad results. When we've gone for it and attacked and tried to be progressive and go forward and aggressive rather than progressive, but you know, go forward and take the game to the other team. We've looked a lot better, haven't we? We've looked confident, and you can see the confidence in the boys. It'll be nice if Antonio plays. I think he can give them a good run for their money. We know he's injury prone, but I would rather he goes for it against Tottenham because we've got City coming up and the Gooners as well, and I believe United are thrown in that mix as well. So we've got some teams coming up, and I'd rather go for it against the Spuds. Yeah, you know, it's a shame about Oggy being out. I haven't heard him coming back for the game. I don't know if you have. If you have, put a comment below, please, and we'll try and get back to you here at Hammers Pulse. So yeah, Oggy. I mean, Diop, he's been playing relatively well. I mean, I think if he gets a bit of a run in the team, he can do really well. You know, and Barcelona is good coming in off the bench. I mean, I don't know what happened with him. I don't know why he went a bit wonky, but he had a good season first season. But Dawson, to me, has been a shining light. You know, he's one of those people that makes you eat your words, doesn't he? Which has been marvellous. I think absolutely marvellous. Credit to the lad. Absolute credit to him. And I loved it in the Burnley game for him, where him and Chris Woods were having a good old battle. A right old tussle. And, you know, there was an instance where Chris Woods won and they ended up on a deck. And you see him take it on the chin, and then he got up, and then 5 minutes later, he got his own back and retaliated in a sportsman-wise sense. You know, had a tough tackle, and he came out on top this time, and Chris Woods was lying on the floor. So it's great. That's the way I like to see football. You know, two sportsmen or women going for it. You know, tail to leather, not out to injure each other, but having a good tussle. That's what it's all about. So good, well played to the pair of them. But I'm glad Dawson has got something about him, and he's got some balls, and courage, and that's what we need. And he ain't bad in the air, so that's really good. I'm really pleased with that. So let's hope they can do that tomorrow. I would play Antonio definitely up front. I would play him. Souček, Kufal doing fantastic as well. So let's just hope we can put in a good performance and come away with the 3 points. You know, you don't want to be losing to them because they'll all be out in the street wearing their shirts, won't they? Because they're all back in the woodwork at the minute. I haven't seen one for months. You know, any mug can wear your colours when you're winning. It's when you're losing and you're on the back foot. That's when you wear your colours, isn't it? So that's what I say. That's what I believe in, and I'll drink to that. Cheers. So then, talking of the team, I've been slated for this on Twitter and in conversations I've had, because I'm not saying it any way, shape or form that this bloke Moyes, the current manager, is any way like Johnny Lyall in the sense of success. Right? He is, you know, Johnny Lyall walks on water, doesn't he? You know, great guy, terrible thing the way the club got rid of him, but you know, say that's water under the bridge now, isn't it? That's history. There's nothing we can do about that. That was sad, and yeah, just not the dumb thing, right? And anyway, stay on point. Yeah, Johnny Lyall, great successful manager, you know, came from within the club. Yeah, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because could Moyes be like Johnny Lyall? You know, Johnny Lyall, he had a long time at the club, 15 years at the club. I'm just looking because I've got it written down over here. 15 years at the club. He came in oh, Jesus Christ, 74. 74 he took over the job. Yeah. And before that, we'd only had 4 managers from 1901. 1901, we'd had 4 managers. We had Sid King from 1901 to 32. So it's 31 years. He's our longest serving manager. Right. Then we had Charlie Painter. He was from 32 to 50. So that's a long time and all, isn't it? And then we had Ted Fenton from 50 to 61. And then Ron Greenwood from 61 to 74. In 74, he moved upstairs. And Johnny Lyall, who was on his coaching team, he moved into the position of governor. And he was there for 15 years. He won us 2 FA Cups. We got into Europe, didn't we? Unfortunately, we got relegated in 78. And it wasn't until 81 we got back in. But we know that in 1980, we won the FA Cup. Best diving header you've ever seen, wasn't it? 13th minute, Trevor Brook in, bosh, have that. Well, and you know, we're still we are the last team outside the top division to win the FA Cup. That's all those years ago, 1980. So it's 20, 30, 40 years ago. Yeah? So that's a good pub quiz question, that. Good pub quiz question. So, yes. So there we are. Right, and then since then, right, we had Lou Macari for a year. Then we had Bonds over 4 years. Harry for 7. Glenn Roeder was for 2 years. He got pensioned off, didn't he? And then Pardew was here for 3 years. Kerbishley for 2. Zola for 2. Avon Grant was a year. Seemed like an eternity, but it was a year. Big Sam's for 4. Bilic for 2. Moyes 1. Pellegrini, and now Moyes again. So since Lyall, we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 managers. Moyes being the 12th. Okay, that's a lot of managers, isn't it? And what do you think? Please put your comments below. But you know, I just think we're a club that needs stability. In our history, we have done better and played better football, and fans have been happier when we've had a consistent manager. There's no time in the game anymore, is there? You know, look at Fat Boy Lampard. He only gets a short time in the job, but they sack him. How are you ever sort of supposed to bring an ethos within the club? Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So Moyes, he's got an idea. He's got a plan, I believe. I don't believe in this director of football, which we had under Pellegrini, or with Pellegrini. Right, it works for some clubs, doesn't it? But it don't work for West Ham. I don't think it does work for West Ham, not in the slightest. We need a manager to run the club how he wants, buy the players that he wants to fit in with the system or the style of play that he wants to play. That's my opinion. That's what I think we should do. You know, that's when we've been successful. Yeah, that is when we've been successful. And I think we should do that now. I think we should back Moyes and let him run it how he wants to. You know, for a good 5 years. Let the boy in. You know, let him do his thing. I know people say, oh, we'll do another Everton or whatever. But maybe he'll be better here than he was at Everton. Yeah? Maybe he will, you know, there will always be comparisons to things that people have done previously. But, you know, give the boy a chance and let's see what he comes up with. Yeah? So, buy the strikers that he wants. We don't want to be going spending like we have done. Hannah, 45 million. Anderson, 40 million. Or was that the other way around? You know, Yarmolenko and that. And they've all been a bit of a flop, really. Yarmolenko has been about the best, I think, out of those 3. It's you know, it's a shame, but they just don't fit in. So let Moyes go out and buy the players that he wants. Like, he's got that Dawson. He's been a find. Bowen, he's been a find. The only criticism that I have of him is I wish he knew where the goal was. I wish he could shoot better. If I was the manager, I'd take him aside and shoot and get him some shooting lessons. Gets in the right places. So, you know, I think Moyes should be left alone for a good few years to carry on. And maybe, you know, we could get some consistency and a good few seasons, like, you know, with good seasons back to back. You know, historically, I don't think we've had many seasons where we're going like good season after good season. It's a good season, then a mediocre season, then it's a seat of your pants season, and back up again. You know, seat of your pants is then when I mean back up, you know, then a mediocre season, and every now and again we do a good season, or we get relegated. You know, so I would like him to give him some time, and perhaps he could bring back some glory days and win us a cup, because it's been too long, far too long. And he's got to change his way with that, because that was disappointing against Man United. Got to go out and go for it. You know, as a fan, want to win something. We ain't ever going to win the league. We just don't have the money. We don't have that. We don't have that about us. But we can win cups. We're a cup side. We can win cups. And that's what we should be going for. Obviously, Stoke get relegated, but we should be going for the cups every year. League Cup, FA Cup, going for it. Proper going for it. Because that's what the fans want. A day out at Wembley to win a cup. So, I digress. Talking of that, let's go back in history a little bit, shall we? Right. So, this was an away day game against the Gooners. Where are you? Gooners. 1976 to 77. Right? This is the Arsenal. And, what was I going to say? Right. In their match programme, in fact, it's got the visitor's point of view. And the visitor's point of view was from Bonzo, the captain. So I won't read it all out. It's 2 columns. But, right, so I'll read something out. It says, I have 2 vivid memories of playing at Highbury, one unforgettable and one shattering. And both games were played in a traditional mad month of March. West Ham came in 75 for the FA Cup 6th round tie that had London buzzing. Alan Taylor's 2 goals made that one of the happiest days of my life. And when we went on to win 2-0 en route to Wembley. Superb. And then he goes, and then the less enthusiastic, however, about the last March, so that would be 75, when we came to Highbury for a First Division fixture and took a 6-1 beating. That cup tie apart, Highbury is not an happy hunting ground. In fact, I took on Arsenal as a bogey trip every season. I look on Arsenal as a bogey trip every season. Today, I hope our sake is different. And then he sort of goes on to say, we was down in the bottom of the table. I know all about the confidence trap. He's had a groin injury. My groin injury kept me out for a lengthy spell, and when I came back in the midfield, I could not find my best form. Playing alongside Bill in the back 4, that's Bill Green, has helped me to regain my confidence and enjoy my game again. The switch has done me the power of good. So that's why I ended up in defence. He goes, I believe we can play our way out of trouble. That is the West Ham style. But we have no intention of watching and hoping for other teams to let us slip up. To slip up for us. We have to do it ourselves. And I'll just have a look at the table. And to tell you and be honest, West Ham finished 17th that season, so we didn't get relegated. But sadly, the next season, 78, let's have a quick look. I know we got relegated. 77, 78 season, we got relegated. Third from bottom, we got relegated on 32 points with Newcastle and Leicester. So that was a bloody shame. The result that day was we actually won away at Highbury. We won 3-2 with goals from Billy Jennings and 2 from Alan Taylor. How'd you like them onions? Brady and Frank Stapleton scored for them. So that was good. And our line-up was Mervyn Day as goalkeeper, Kevin Lock, defender. Bill Green, the central defender. Billy Bonds is his defender midfielder. Frank Lampard, excuse me, defender left back. Brook in Devonshire midfielders, and a fella called Otulawaski. Never heard of him. That's the first time I've ever heard of him. Anybody remember him? Billy Jennings, John Radford, and Alan Taylor up front. And we won 3-2 and we stayed up that season. Thank God for that. How good is that? Happy days. So that was Arsenal away. 76. So how'd you like them onions? Let's hope we can win tomorrow. Put in a good performance. Just how we like it. What other topics we got on today? So that's about it for this week. All the topics I can think of. Don't want to blow your mind with science. Right? Please feel free to comment below about the things I spoke about. You know, any topics you want to put, I will try and reply to them when I get the chance. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Keep smiling. Watch the game. Let's hope we win. And if we don't win, wear your colours with pride, won't you, Monday morning? Yeah? And walk with your red held eye. Alright? So look, keep your chins up in these difficult times. Keep your pecker up, as my mother would say. And remember, stay positive, test negative. Alright, come on you irons, up the hammers.
For West Ham fans everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. Never miss a thing with the latest West Ham news, gossip and social stories as they break. Download the free COY Irons app now from the App Store and Google Play.